Now, if you're a coach who is exhausted, you feel resentful and secretly wondering, maybe I'm just not cut out for all of this. You simply feel, burned out. You're just tired all the time. I want you to hear me and hear me clear on this. You're probably not burned out because your clients are too much. And maybe, just maybe, you are burned out because you are undercharging. So your prices are draining you, not your people. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how undercharging creates burnout, and also the simple changes that you can make to your offers and also to your pricing, so that you keep helping people without sacrificing your health and also your life. Now, let me give you a good example on this, and this is from a client that I've had before, and let's call her Maya. Maya is a value-driven coach. She's trauma aware, she wears her heart in her sleeves, she really cares. And because of all of that, she was charging $97 per session. Now, most clients saw her weekly. At one point, she had 18 active clients. Now, here's the thing. On paper, she thought, okay, 18 clients times 97, that's $1,750 per week. That's not bad, that's good. But here's what her week actually looked like. So yes, 18 sessions, and then prepped and notes for each of those clients, Voxer, WhatsApp, email in between those. We have admin, marketing, content, DMs. So by Friday, she felt like she'd been emotionally hit by a bus. And to be honest, her take home, after the taxes, expenses, it looked more like a modest salary than the business she thought that she was building. Now, here's the interesting thing. She came to me and she was saying, hey, Sally, I think my clients are too intense. Maybe I need to change my target audience or my offer. I need to change something because, this target audience is not my core. It's really draining me. And I said, okay, let's look under the hood. Let's see exactly what's going on, right? So when we pulled the numbers and we looked at it, I realized that the problem was not her clients, was not the target audience. It was her pricing and the model that she chose to implement. It was broken. I really need you to understand why undercharging really creates burnout. Because if you're right now in the situation or you're thinking about charging low prices because you just want to be competitive, I really, really want to drive this point home because it's really going to burn out. Either you're going to fix it or you're going to drive yourself to burnout. Because when you undercharge, three main things happen. The first one, you need too many clients to hit your income goal that you have. So to make $8,000 per month at around $100 per session, you need roughly what? 20 clients on a 4-session package? That's 80 sessions per month, plus marketing, plus content, plus sales calls. That's a full-time emotional labor job, plus a second job running the business. And don't underestimate the toll that that's going to take you in your life, in your emotional health, in your health overall. And that's why people get into burnout. The second thing that happens is that you destroy your margins. And the margin is what allows you to do a lot of things. It allows you to take a day off if you're sick, if you want to go on vacation. It just allows you to, to disappear for a little bit. It allows you to invest in support. It allows you to over-deliver without resenting people. Because when your price is just barely above the cost of delivery, you feel like you are drowning. You end up in more for less trap. More effort, less pay. Racing competitors to the bottom, and that's not something that you want. And the third thing that happens that a lot of people don't pay attention to is that you start attracting the wrong clients. Because let me tell you, low prices very often attract bargain hunters, people that don't want to implement because they don't see the reason to, people who see coaching as a nice thing to have, not a must-have. And funny enough, they tend to be the most demanding people because they don't actually value the work that you're doing. They just got a bargain. They paid whatever. They're okay with losing the $97 or the $100. So you end up doing deep work for discount store prices. And of course you're tired. Of course you're going to be tired if that's your strategy moving forward. So don't do it. So now let's do real pricing for your model. Let's do it. Step number 1, instead of asking, what will people pay? Start asking yourself, what do I need my business to pay me for it to be sustainable? That's the question you should be asking. So let's do a quick exercise. Pick your target monthly income, what you want to make per month. For example, $8,000. If that's what you want to make, fantastic. Now be honest with yourself and decide how many clients hours per week can you hold while being a human, a normal human that has other things that they need to do outside of just work. Now, for deep emotional work, I usually see 8 to 12 hours per week as a true cap. Not 25 hours. That's not doable because you have other things you have to do as well. So for this example, let's just say 10 client hours equals to around 40 hours per month. Fantastic. Now let's do some math. Let's take the $8,000, what you want to do per month, divided by the 40 client hours. That's equals to around $200 per hour, right? But remember, you are not just on Zoom. You are prepping, you're holding, you're debriefing, you're answering messages. So your package price needs to reflect all of that, not just the single 60-minute slots. Because effectively, you need a big gap between what it costs you and what you charge. Or you will never have the margins to build something great, something that you actually want. Now, that was step one. Let's go into step two, because now we're going to price the transformation, not your time. Now, undercharging usually comes from pricing time, not the outcome. Remember, you're helping people transform. You're helping people become a better version of themselves. You're helping people through a transformation. So you should charge based on the outcome, not on your time. Because the truth is, clients don't want 6 sessions. That's not what they're paying for. No one wakes up in the morning thinking, oh my God, I want a coaching session today. That's not what they want. They want to stop repeating this relationship pattern. They want to exit their 9 to 5 without burning their life down. They want to stop living in constant anxiety. That's what they want. So instead of pricing $97 per session or $120 per session, and we'll see how it goes, let's move into something clear. And with that, you're gonna get X number of calls, Y support, and a clear roadmap, and the investment is $2,000. Now you're pricing the outcome, not, oh my God, I'm gonna be working so many hours, this many hours. No, we're pricing based on the outcome, not your time. So same work that you're kind of doing already, but now more structured, bounded as well, and priced for the result instead of per hour. Let me give you some permission here. You are allowed to charge far more than what it costs you to deliver, if the outcome is worth it for them. That is virtually how every single serious business in this earth works. That's the fundamental of business, right? You need to have that margin, and the margins need to be healthy. So that was step 2. Step 3 is very simple. Fewer clients, higher prices, better energy. Because now let's go back to Maya. Because her old model was 18 clients, $97 per session, around 20 plus hours a week on call support, constant exhaustion. And the new model we built was very simple. A core, really well-structured 12-week program at $1,800. She had maximum of 8 active clients at a time. And the numbers were really clear because she had 8 clients, $1,800, that equals $14,400 per 12 sessions. That's about $4,800 per month. With roughly half of the sessions, clear boundaries on support, margins to rest, invest, and actually think. And from there, she had room to do other things. To be honest, raise prices again if demand increased, right? She had also time to add a small group option for leverage, and also time to improve her program because she wasn't dragging herself throughout the week. So raising her prices didn't make her greedy, it made her more effective. It gave her the resources to deliver better outcomes for fewer people who are serious about going through the transformation. I truly hope this helps, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.